Alright, so welcome to another Discord dashboard tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you all how to actually make requests to the Discord API using our access token, okay? So we're going to use Postman for this. You can use any HTTP client you want. You can even do this in code if you know how to do it already. But you can use Postman, you can use, I think the VS Code has a built-in client for HTTP requests, but I'm going to use Postman. So to get started, we're going to get the base URL, which is discord.com/API. We're going to need to get the version number. So I guess we'll use version 9 because that's the latest version. So /v9. Okay, and from here on, all we got to do is just specify the endpoint that we want to request. So if you go over to the Discord docs, there's a lot of information. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and call the /users. Let me see. Yeah, the /users at me endpoint. Okay, so you're going to see it's going to give us a 4.1 unauthorized because we don't have a bearer token. So we're going to need to provide that. So all we're going to do is inside the headers, we're going to go ahead and do authorization, bearer, and we're going to paste in our access token. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy mine. And like I said, it's okay that I show you all this because it's just for demonstration purposes. I'm going to end up deactivating it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Click send, and you can see, look at what happens. When we make a request, you can see that it gives us back all of our information. It gives us the ID, the username, and this is my Discord account. This is not a bot account. This is my actual Discord account. You can see everything is here. Discriminator, public flags, banner, the local, MFA enabled, email address, verified, right? So this is pretty cool, right? This is the user's endpoint. Okay. Now, if I want to go ahead and grab all the guilds, we can go ahead and at the end we can add /guilds like it suggests in the docs, and you can see that this will give us all the guilds that we are currently in. Let me zoom out a little bit. You can see that it shows devcord, it shows, and the last three are my server, right? And you can see that it shows all of the permissions. It shows the features the server has. It tells us if we are the owner or not, and it also gives us the hash for the server icon. Okay, so this is the start. We're gonna have to actually make a call to this endpoint to get all of the guilds that the authenticated user is in. Okay, what's next is we need to get all of the guilds that the bot is in. Okay, so I'll show you how to do that in just a sec. I just want to make sure that there's nothing else that I'm missing from here, so that way I can show you if there's anything else. Let me see. Yeah, so I don't think we are going to be able to call this endpoint. I think this is actually only allowed for bots, I think, but that's okay. Okay, so let me show you how we can actually get all of these servers the bot is in. Okay, so the only difference literally is we're just going to need to get the bot token. Okay, so you can see right now here we're using an access token, our access token. Instead of using an access token, we're just going to get the bot token. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my bot token, and it's going to be the same bot. It's going to be the same token that we used for this whole series. You need to make sure it's the same one, right? So I'm going to copy that right there. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to paste this here, and instead of bearer, I'm going to do bot. Click send. And now we're making requests on behalf of the bot user. Okay, so see how it changes, right? You can see that the bot is in fact in all three of these servers. Okay, if I change this to bearer and I pass in the access token, it's going to give me all of these servers that I am in, that I as the non-bot user is in. Okay, see how cool that is? Okay, now one thing that I should mention is that the bot can actually be in a large amount of guilds. I think there's no, I'm not sure if there's a limit in how many guilds a bot can be in. But one thing that I will mention is that this endpoint will by default give 200 guilds back. Okay, 200 guilds is the max number of guilds a non-bot user can join. So let's say, for example, if your Discord bot is only going to be in 200 guilds or less, then you don't need to worry about pagination, because by default this endpoint will always give back 200 max. Okay, 200 or less. However, if your bot is in, let's say, 1,000 guilds, that means that there's 5 different pages that you need to navigate through in order to get all the guilds. So it becomes a little bit more complicated when your bot is in a lot of guilds, because again, remember, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to get all of the guilds that the bot is in, and we're going to need to check to see which guilds the bot and the authenticated user have in common. It becomes a lot more complicated when you have the bot in a lot more guilds, because if the bot is in 1 million guilds, which is possible, I think, if the bot is in 1 million guilds, or let's just say 200,000 guilds, for example, if the bot is in that many guilds, you're gonna need to search all those guilds and check that the user is actually in the server, the same server that the bot is in. Okay. For now, for just simplicity, we're not gonna worry about that for now. But I do have a solution for people who want to actually scale this. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a future episode. But just for the next episode, when we actually start making requests to the endpoint and writing code to get the mutual guilds, we're only going to worry about the max 200 guilds. So that, but again, like I said, it's not going to be the end of the world, because there are ways that you can solve this problem. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you one more endpoint, and this is another endpoint that we will need to call at some point. And the endpoint is getting all of the guild channels, or getting the channels for a guild. Okay, so let's go to guild, and let's go to get guild channels. So we're going to need to call this endpoint /guilds, okay, /guild ID /channels. So what I'm going to do is I'll just go ahead and copy the ID of one of my servers. Okay, so /guilds. So /guilds ID and then the channels. Okay, and you can see that this is going to give me all of the channels. Okay, so you can see that it gives me right over here. Let's see. So I think this is a type 4. I think type 4 is category. Type 0 is text, and type 2 should be number. Yeah. Okay, so this is the endpoint that that gives us all of the guild channels. Okay, I don't think there's a specific endpoint to give you specifically text channels. And I don't think you can actually filter this out, but it's fine, because we can easily just fetch this and we can just filter it out ourselves. Okay, but yeah, that's pretty much. This is going to be an endpoint that we're going to need to call when we need to implement the welcome message. So essentially what's going to happen is for this page, this is going to call our API endpoint, and our API endpoint is going to call the Discord API for these guild channels. And then on the back end, we're going to filter out all the channels. We're only going to get the ones that are text channels. We're going to send that back to the front end, and the front end will have all of these values in this select drop-down box. Okay, so the reason why I'm showing you all this is because I want to give you all some insight of what to expect in the next couple of episodes. That way you aren't just bored and seeing that this is not going anywhere. It is going somewhere, and we're not done, but we're almost there. We're very close to being done. Okay, so yeah, so these are going to be the main endpoints that we're going to be calling. Okay, the most complicated part is just going to be, like I said, getting all of the mutual guilds. But like I said, if your bot has 200 or less guilds, you're going to be fine. Okay, because if it has more, we're going to have to worry about pagination, which becomes a little bit more tricky. But anyways, just wanted to make a quick video to showcase how we can call the API. Because in the next couple of videos, we're going to be implementing API routes to call the Discord API, and we're going to need to be doing the same things that we're doing over here. So that's pretty much it for this video. I will see you all in my next video. Peace out.